question will start with Mr. Pelrine. Why are you for or against the new hotel on the west side?
Well, I'm against the new hotel on the west side, and I'm against it for so many reasons that I wouldn't know what to say first. The real reason I think the hotel project is so wrong, not because it's ugly colors, not because it's too big, and there's so many things that you could say. But the fact is, that whole process was, that whole result, this whole plan was produced by an old-fashioned, outdated process. This is as close as I'm gonna come to criticizing anyone on our city council or our mayor, including my opponent, Mr. Wiegand, the incumbent. I feel that you look at our city council, and what do you see? You see a lot of older white men, like me, okay? I'm 60 years old. I might be the youngster on the board if I get elected. And this is more like the 1950s makeup of a board like this that you would see. They see old-fashioned solutions. They also have been planning this waterfront thing with the TIF district involving Stone Harbor, all the way around. This is the final piece of the puzzle, that West Waterfront thing. So there's a plan, or people have been emotionally invested in these plans, in developing these plans for a long time. And even if, when you get to the end, this is the last piece, we've got to do this. It's the last piece, we've got to accomplish this. The fact is, now it's gotten to the point where it's wrong. Such a valuable opportunity to have a city park between those two bridges as a place potentially going to bring in lots and lots of people to Sturgeon Bay and fit into the cultural tourism. Stop. You're so mean to me.
You're being so punctual, Mr. Pelrine. Mr. Wiegand.
Yes, the development on the west side, let's say, the co-op property has been a long time in coming forward. I am in favor of the project. I've had a lot of questions. I've had a lot of answers from staff. And what we have is a chance to develop something where we can have not taxpayer money, but developer money to do something. The city purchased that property. I'll discuss a little bit about that further later, but the property was purchased by the city. There were some people that were going to buy that, which it would have been off limits to everyone. Well, we bought it after developing a plan, then it was purchased, and then we went forward. There were ideals, there were some things that were brought forward that did not make it. I couldn't find investor participation. There are some other aspects of that. The hotel is in competition to some people, but I'm not a city representative saying that you cannot build something because it's in competition to someone else. Otherwise, I would say we can't have any more barbers or hairdressers or pizza places or restaurants, or bookstores, artists, or whatever. It's not my job to tell people that they can't come into the community. If this was in a little bit different area, all they'd have to do is come over the counter with a fee, pay for it, and build it in a C2 commercial district. But I would hope that we're doing this for the future. I don't think I'm living long enough to see the results of this when it's put out 20-some years or whatever, to see that, but we hope for the future that it does help those people in the future with their taxes.
Well, I am adamantly opposed to this hotel. I have no problem saying that. For one, I am opposed to, this is a TIF district. I'm opposed to those. These taxes are gonna go to pay for improvements that I think clearly the citizens do not want. I'm opposed to this hotel absolutely on a design basis. It's a poor design. It's what I would consider economical build. And this is what we put on our prime waterfront. And to get back to Mr. Wiegand saying that we can't control what people build, that's baloney, because we own that land. And we can decide who we sell it to. Each one of us owns a piece of that land. This isn't private property with a private developer. This is our land. And if that's the kind of thing, we want to say, this is Sturgeon Bay, and we're fine with somebody building something that blocks the waterfront, makes it completely, possibly moving our tugboats, which is a gem, and that's gonna be our stamp. There's no talk of any type of environmental building standards. I mean, how antiquated is that? That we're gonna allow even that to be put on there? What does that say for our city, this momentum we have? There's nothing progressive about it, and I don't understand the urgency. And I'm highly disappointed, as you can see, in our common council for continuing to what appears to push this through. I can't say one good thing about it. And then I'm gonna bring up the jobs. Yes, I am in the lodging industry, but I am more concerned about the larger resorts and staying afloat, that they can actually have enough money to maintain their buildings. Because if Stone Harbor can't maintain their building, that's building on prime waterfront. That's gonna start looking like crap. And what does that do for our city? It's bad. It's bad all around. I'm totally opposed to it. Thank you.